MiResiliencia aims to represent the risks of flooding, debris flows, landslides and rockfalls. It is a web GIS interface that enables users without GIS knowledge to easily visualize the areas and objects affected by natural hazards. The capacities of the people affected can also be displayed, showing their resilience to natural hazards. In the background, MiResiliencia calculates the expected future damage caused by potential natural hazard events. That means the risks for the current situation. Structural and organizational measures can be defined in the tool, and the risks for this hypothetical state can be calculated. By comparing the risks in the actual state and the planned state with measures, MiResiliencia calculates the risk difference and presents this as a monetary benefit of planned measures. A cost-benefit comparison is made by showing the costs of the planned measures. This allows the cost-effectiveness of protective measures to be calculated. The result can be used for project reporting or for reporting to donors in order to demonstrate the impact of the funds invested. It guarantees the economical use of limited project funds. Within the website hazard-risk.com, click the Risk button and choose Download File to install the MiResiliencia installation file. When you start the tool, you will see a satellite image in the center of the screen. You can find your area of interest using the name search function or the coordinate search on the right-hand side of the screen. You can navigate in the top menu bar. You can choose between Spanish and English. You can also import or export a MiResiliencia project. With the import-export function, you also have an interface to QGIS or Esri GIS. You can change the image background at the top right. For example, OpenStreetMap, satellite image, or your own uploaded orthophoto. At the top right, you will also find the storage of the layers that you generate during editing. At the beginning, you have to define your working area. That's your first step. Click New and then digitalize your working area. With double click, you finish editing and the working area layer appears on the right side of the screen. Save your working area. As next step, you have to define your hazardous areas for debris flow, flooding, or landslide or rockfall. For each of the process type, you have to define the hazard level between 1 and 9. With double click, you finish editing. On the right side, it appears a new layer for hazard map. Maybe your hazardous areas has different hazard levels. The third step consists in digitalizing the exposed objects. Activate or deactivate your hazardous areas or your layers of interest. Then choose your object type, that can be buildings, special objects, infrastructure, or agriculture. For the class buildings, you can select and choose between different kinds of buildings, such as blockhouse, brick house, church, mill, standard school, water tank, wooden or adobe house, and then mark your objects in the map. With end editing, you finish digitalizing. Maybe you have other kind of objects, such as agriculture areas, for example, pasture or rangeland. Here you can digitalize the concerning area. For each object, a set of calculation params is predefined. You can modify the params by selecting the corresponding object. It appears the param set. You can modify, for example, the value of the object. You can modify the numbers of floors, amount of persons per floor, or the amount of hours that people stay in the house during the day. With save, your modifications will be applied. In that case, the object changed its color from blue to red. In the next step, you can, for those objects where income will be generated, define the capacities of the people. In that case, there are about 7 objects. Select one of the objects. It appears a set of params to define the capacity of the people. For example, existence of a functional emergency committee, a functional early warning system, institutions providing emergency care, and other criteria. For each criteria, you can define the capacity index. If it is on 0, that means a functional emergency committee doesn't exist. If it is in 1, the emergency committee is 100% functional. You can also define the relevance factor that an emergency committee has in the case of your project. Maybe the importance is not that strong. And for the other object, in the same manner, you can define the capacity index and the relevance factor of this criteria. Save to apply the capacities. If all of the objects, all people has the same capacity level, you can transfer the capacities to all damage potential, to all objects. Apply it by clicking the Save button. In the next step, in the same manner, you have to digitalize your mitigation measure. Go to the bottom Mitigation Measure, click New, and then start digitalizing your mitigation measure. In that case, it is an earth dam to protect the village against debris flows coming from right to left. For the mitigation measure, you have to define the construction cost, the lifespan of the dam, for example, 40 years, and the maintenance cost per year. If you want, you can additionally write a description. As a next step, you digitalize your hazard map considering the effect of the dam. Debris flow flows from right to left and will be blocked by the dam. So this part of the village will be protected. The digitalization is in the same manner as we have seen before. If capacities have been changed, please adjust the capacity level of the people. In the last step, MiResiliencia will calculate the cost-benefit relation of your mitigation measure, the cost effectiveness of your mitigation measure. For that, click Show Calculation and the calculation bar is running. In a new window, the results will be displayed. In these bars, you see the risk situation for the actual situation before the application of mitigation measures. The risks are monetized for yearly costs. The risk situation after the application of measures. The difference between the actual situation and the planned situation, that means the benefit, is shown monetized here, and the cost of the mitigation measure is shown in the last column. In our example, the result presents 8.6 times more benefit than costs. That means that the measure is cost efficient and should be realized. Additionally, MiResiliencia shows in a relative manner the risk level in the area for the situation before the application of mitigation measure and considering the effect of mitigation measures. Risk levels are shown in three classes: low, medium, and high.